contemplative writing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Rather than reflective writing. I mean, there's a place for that.
Yeah.
But there's also a place for contemplative writing.
Thank you.
So now, because my topic is on dreaming, I was wondering if you could talk about maybe like the connection between dreaming and love, because I haven't never thought about it before. And, I think I like love is very central, but I don't always know how.
Yeah, well, again, one of the students that was in my class, and she graduated from here, Marina Katochi, she did her thesis on having students in her class in high school keep dream journals, right? So she wrote about that experience and how, again, for adolescents, that was a really helpful experience in dealing with the conflicts that arise during adolescence. But in terms of love, it really helped like bond that class, like to share those experiences was really, and then she ended up writing a book called Dream Work. I really would recommend that book. And again, I wrote a book called Education of the Soul, which I refer to her stuff, and to develop, again, to nurture our souls, we need to nurture our inner life, and one of the ways is through dreams, it's not my path, but it's been a path for a lot of people. And it's definitely, if people have a very rich dream life, that's a way of nurturing soul. Yeah. And again, for young children, sometimes the parents say, oh, your dream doesn't mean anything, or just forget about it, if ghosts come up or whatever. No, really, like, if a child wants to share a dream, you should really listen to what, and don't try to analyze it, just be with it, right? And, yeah.
In my research, I talk about discourse, and I'm wondering if you've thought about or come across ideas about discourse, and if meditation fits within discourses, or if it's something outside of discourse.
Well, I think it has a place, right? Like, I think meditation can facilitate discourse, dialogue, definitely, because it loosens. Again, sometimes discourse can merge into conflict, because then the ego takes over, right? So the meditation can allow us to be in that place where we are communicating. What I like to use the word is soul to soul rather than ego to ego. When we have that level, and some people have called that communion. That's like the highest level of discourse for me. So, yeah, definitely I think it has a place. But again, it has to be introduced in a way that people, I'm lucky, I'm a professor, I can tell people, you got to do this, right? My courses. We can't just go, like, with the meditation, people are trying to bring it into, like, school staffs. That's a different thing, right? You can't, like, make people, do some of these things. It has to be very invitational. And so, in place of discourse, it would also have to be, if it was going to be used, it would have to be very invitational. Yeah. Okay, one more, and then I go.
Yeah, last question.
Well, I would like to invite any thoughts Professor Miller might have, and anyone else who would like to jump in. I'm interested in experiential research. I'm interested in bringing down barriers and dichotomies, exploring continuations and connectivities. So I would like to invite, in your experience, learning how to do meditation, learning how to share it with others so that they can partake of it. Would you like to share with us anything about your personal experience in overcoming boundaries, maybe personal, maybe interpersonal. I'd hesitate to name anything at all. I would like to open it to whatever comes to mind. Because words, the same word means different things to different people, and I'm counting on connotations that would bring up fulfilling experiences, that discoveries while you've been learning about Buddhism, about the tradition. I'll stop here.
Yeah, that's a lot, eh? It's like, yeah. So, again, I talked about humility, right? And not, like, it's so easy, if something works for you, so meditation has worked for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. So to avoid proselytizing, right? To avoid, like, projecting your view of the world on other people. That's a tough one. So I really try to, again, as a teacher, I have certain things that I can do. But outside of that, if I think somebody could benefit, I don't go up and tell them they should do meditation. I would never do that, right? So, it's like, to me, it's like trusting. Another way of looking at meditation is you begin to trust your own body, you begin to trust your own experience, because often in our lives, other people have been telling us what we should believe and think and do. So we've ended up not trusting our experience. So once you begin to trust your own experience, then you begin to trust the cosmos. And and again, that's where wisdom comes from. Because people have gone into that space, that's where indigenous people have gone, right? Because they trusted their own bodies, their own experience, they didn't live in their heads. And that's one of the major things that it's keeping us, is that we're living in our heads, right? Like, we've forgotten how to be in touch with who we are. And the academic environment just supports that entirely. And so that's why I believe the university is going to need to change. There's going to be more like places or spaces within the university where people can do body work, where they can do meditation. And there's some people in our department, in fact, I'm going for a lunch now with Indigo Esmond, and she believes that there should be, she talks more in the terms of wellness, but so I have to go to my lunch now.